Hi and welcome, Breda McCaig here. Today I'm going to do a little bite-sized presentation for you on fear, and I want you to start to learn what fear is doing in all of your decisions, where it's present and how it's playing a massive part in your life, whether you realize it or not. Okay, would you say you're awesome or average? A question that I want you to ask yourself, would you say your life and your career and everything that you're doing on this earth is awesome? Or would you say it's average? And that's something I find a lot of people haven't actually asked themselves. And it's something that I find a lot of people benefit from in a big way when they start to explore that. So I want you to think today, if you're watching this with me, are you awesome or are you average? Do you think everything you're doing is absolutely awesome? Your life, your career, the legacy you're going to leave behind you? Or would it be average? Because I find a lot of people end up in the average bracket, and this is what I want to change. I want us to try and get a bit more out of average and a bit more into awesome. Rich or poor? Would you say you are rich or are you poor? And the reason I am asking you to think about that today is because you're living week to week and month to month. That is not easy, and it's very, very difficult, and it's very stressful and very pressurized, okay? It also tells me how you feel you deserve your life to be and what you feel you deserve your life to look like, because what we believe about ourselves is what manifests in our lives. So what your lifestyle looks like and your life and what you're doing with your life is because you think you deserve that life. And I want to change that as well. And I want to see, can I get us out of that sort of average thinking? And I want you in awesome thinking. I want you realizing the gift you are, how lucky we are, how to have you in this world, and what you can give this world. What's your legacy going to be? What are you passionate about? What can you teach people? What can you improve in this world? And that is going to be bringing you into more of the richness of life, quality of life, passion in your life, but it also actually helps to create revenue for you as well. So I want you thinking about abundance of thought, abundance in your lifestyle, and abundance, no more week to week, month to month living fear to fear, okay? Your success will depend on you mastering the following. Now listen to this. This big word, the F word I call it, and it's fear. And fear I find amongst everybody I coach, whether it's business owners, whether it's super successful executives in corporates, whether it's just somebody starting out in the ladder, fear is everywhere. And we really need to start realizing that, become aware of it, start to treat it, and start to manage it, or it's going to make your life will end up a certain way, because it'll be fear-driven decisions, one after the other, whether you realize it or not. Fear of failure is the first one. So a lot of people won't take a brave step, or they won't say yes to an opportunity because they're afraid that they won't do it well. And God forbid that they'll fail at it. So instead of doing that, they don't do it at all. And they back away from opportunities. They back away from different experiences that they could have, just in case that they don't go well for them. Now, does that sound logical to you? I want you to think about that. If you are afraid of failing at something and you don't even give it a try, how on earth are we going to get you from average to awesome? Okay, so I want you thinking about this as we go. Fear of change. A lot of people are afraid of their lives of change, and I can tell you now, change is something that you're going to continue to meet, whether it's in your personal life, your career, the world around you, the environment. Change is one thing you can be sure is going to be constant. It's up to you whether you decide to just repeat or you decide to evolve, because change is definitely going to happen. So what you do with it is up to you. And again, it's about mindset. And are you afraid of change? Are you okay embracing it change in your life? Fear of the unknown. We are love uncertainty, us human beings, right? We like to know what we're doing next, and everything stays the same. We know what's ahead of us. That isn't how life works at all. We are just throwing unknown after unknown constantly. And we need to be able to be comfortable with that and embrace the unknown, because very soon, if you embrace it, it becomes the known, okay? So if you take on something that you don't know, you've not done it before, it's something new to you, if you take it on anyway, feel the fear and do it anyway, you will soon find that that is the known stuff. It will become old hat to you. You will be so used to it, and there'll be something else ahead of you. Okay, so think about that one. Fear of the unknown, out. You don't need fear of the unknown. It's not going to serve you. Fear of rejection. So many people I see saying no to others or no to different paths put in their way or different options, just in case they would get rejected. And if you do that, then all that's going to happen is you're not going to have those experiences. You will have cut out lots of opportunity for yourself just in case you get rejected. Who cares if you get rejected? Okay? No fear allowed. No fear. Fear of success is an unusual one, and I have seen that with people who I've coached, because they are getting so good at something, they start to get almost into a bit of self-sabotage, where they're almost afraid to get too good at it, just in case people would talk, or what would people think. So there's a serious piece there that goes along with in terms of fear of success, and it baffles me. You've got to be aware of it. If you're getting good at something, or you know you're good at something, but you're afraid to share it, or you're afraid to take the next step, or you're afraid to do it in career or something like that, I want you to ask yourself, is it that there's a fear of success hitting you there? And is that what's blocking you? Is that what's stopping you? Because if it is, you need to push that aside, and you need to go with the no fear policy. Remember, you're not in a cave. Fear isn't going to serve you. You need to get rid of that fear. You need to action. Your decisions and journey so far has fear featured. Everyone I've ever sat down to coach, ever. It doesn't matter who they are. And I have coached all sorts of people down through my lifetime. And I can find fear-driven decisions right through, riddled. Their personal life and their careers are riddled with fear-driven decisions. And I want you to be aware of that. And I want you to ask yourself, have you been doing that? Do you think if I sat down with you and we did a journey back into your career, your life, and I started to quiz you and ask you questions, do you think I wouldn't find fear-driven decisions in there? Because I guarantee you I would. So I want you to think about that, because if you want to continue with that, fine, you're on the wrong video. What I want people to do here is start to realize that fear has no place in your life, and that you need to start teaching yourself that, and you need to master that fear. And it's a constant battle, but it can be done. And you will make different decisions when that fear is not featuring. I promise you. Better decisions, better outcomes long-term for everybody around you, you included. Flight or fight principles. You are not in a cave and nobody is going to eat you. And that is why fear is there. Some people like this idea of fear because it keeps them safe. From what? From being successful, from being rich, from being abundant, from being amazing in the world, for being one of the 3% of the world who are absolutely massively successful and make impact on the world. Right, so you don't want to be one of them. Why is that? I'm telling you now, because it's fear. What would people think? What if I failed? What if I was rejected? So what? You're not in a cave, and fear isn't going to serve you. Just keep remembering that. Fear is a waste of time. I want you to imagine that you've got a bin, like a little bin, the same as you have on your inboxes and your outboxes, and you pop the fear in there every time it pops its head up. And you need to be watching for this fear. I can only do this. I can tell you what I know to be the case, and then you've got to tick this on and do that work on yourself. The big so what and the big hell, why the hell not? And these are two lines that I want you to use on yourself. The next time you're presented with a decision and you can feel that fear now that you're going to be aware of it, I want you to say, so what if it doesn't go well? So what if it goes wrong? So what if I'm rejected? So what if it fails? So what? And then why the hell not? I mean, ask yourself, why would you not do whatever it is you're being asked to do? Of course you should do it. New experiences, new opportunities. You don't know where it'll lead. It could be amazing. Okay, so why the hell not? And so what? And those are the two I want you using. And action is what will make the difference, okay? Action sometimes is where people get stuck. So I get them over the blockers of the fear and they know how to manage their fear. And then I see them running into the problem where they can't take action. Sometimes you won't want to take action. So say if it's something like you're trying to get fit or something like that, and you're trying to get over the fear, perhaps of going to the gym. Action is going to the gym. You may not want to, you may not feel like it, but that is the difference in success and failure, really, trying to master fear. You've got to do the action. Got to do the action. I don't care if you don't feel like it. I often do things I don't feel like doing too. And that is the difference. Get it in the diary. You do it whether you want to or not. And I promise you, once you get a few pieces of action over, you'll start to see progress. You'll start to see results. And that is what you need to do. So master the fear, stick it in the bin, okay? And then do the actions. Take the actions that you know need to be taken. No fear allowed. And to finish up, anyone can be cool, but awesome takes practice. You'll remember at the start, we talked average versus awesome. And I want you guys that are watching this to become awesome. I don't want average. I see average everywhere, okay? The most of us are average. I want to get us out of that average bucket, and I want us aiming for the stars. If we aim for the moon, we'll reach the stars. So let's do that and see, can we get out of this fear-driven world we live in, and start making better decisions, better quality decisions that will lead you to better quality outputs, a better quality of a legacy, of a life that you're going to leave for others to learn from, okay? So no average from here on in, no fear from here on in. It's all about action. Master the fear, take the action, and work on awesome. And that was it for today. My social media channels are always minded. I look after them very well, so I'd love to chat to any of you on them a little bit further. Very interested in how you find this. Do you find it good? And absolutely want to know if you take some action as a result of this video. Thank you very much for joining me today. Bye-bye.